At the end of the day, it's my life, and I gotta make it as great as possible.
Feel bad for him. Feel sorry for him. Have empathy more than hatred and rage. Sharing the path you're on and the struggles you're going through, people will want to support you, man, and people will want to be a part of your journey and see where you go.
A question that I have for you is something that I've been dealing with for a couple of years now. For the past, I want to say, even since I was 14. So the past 10 years, because I'm 24 now. And it's something that I've heard you talk about multiple times when it comes down to parents. I just
Okay?
wanted to get your perspective on it because it's gotten a little worse with me and my dad.
Okay?
My dad would literally, and this is me exposing myself to you guys because hopefully that it can help somebody else in this group.
Yeah.
My dad, like literally at 6 a.m. in the morning, will wake me up, cursing me out, talking about this house isn't clean. I'm not a man because I don't have a car. I'm lazy. I'm good for nothing. All these different things. And we'll literally do this until like 10, 11 in the afternoon. And that, like, to this day now has gotten me to the point where now I'm looking for 2 jobs so that I can, move out of his house so that I don't have to be around him and stuff. Still to this day, anytime I make a mistake, or even the pure fact that I want to do this, he calls it YouTube, basically. And this man is he's 62 years old, so me and him don't really get along that well because of that. He thinks I'm a lazy person because I don't want to work for the federal government like he does. He tells me that, like, whenever he dies, he doesn't know I'm gonna be okay, like I won't be able to survive and things like that. How do you deal with something like that, in your opinion?
How important is your relationship with him?
This he's the parent who I was around the most growing up because my mom used to always work. My mom didn't really become like more prominent in my life until she got injured on the job back in 2004. Honestly, at this point in time, I'm not even sure to give you a real answer.
And where's your mom right now? Is she still in your life?
Yeah, they're both still together. She's still in my life.
Dude, just in listening to the tone and the conversation, if I'm you, I'm out.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like,
That's scary part.
well, it's scary, but it's also empowering.
Mhm.
Like, this is your shot now. This is your chance to do you, and I would just find a way. Usually my advice around parents is have an empathetic conversation. Like, let them know this is your dream. You're trying to, it may not work out. It probably won't work out. And I would love to have your support. I think a lot of times when people are saying they want to be a YouTuber, they go in blindly thinking they're going to win.
Mhm.
And then the parents are like, wow, I'm afraid for you. Like, you're not, the odds are just against you. And the parents are coming from a different world, like federal government or whatever. Just their world. They can't understand the opportunities that you have in front of you. And so it's just empathy for that. But honestly, your dad sounds abusive, man.
Yeah.
I think if I'm you, I try to get distance. And I see it as the greatest opportunity of my life. Whatever you need to do, and this becomes part of your story. Like, if it means you got to go sleep on your friend's couch for 6 months while you get settled and figure out your stuff, and it gives you the fire to launch your YouTube channel, to whatever it is that you want to do. Take that job to survive. Like, all of that becomes part of your story. And honestly, through it, what I'm thinking too is, I'm a big believer that your purpose comes from your pain. You showed a lot of courage today, sharing that story on Instagram Live. It's great.
Mhm.
I think you'll be able to help a lot more people too. Not just what you're doing now is you're going through it, the journey, but struggling through it, however long it takes you, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, like to get settled and then eventually go off and do your thing. You'll be able to help so many people who are in the same boat.
Mhm.
Like, you could be the thought leader around this, and it gets dark. Like, people kill themselves over this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
you'll legit be saving lives.
Yeah, I know.
And this is
Um,
something that I can't, like, I never went through that. My parents were amazing,
mhm.
you know, so I can just speak to the importance, but I can't share a personal story. Like, you're living with it. Like, you could say every day at 6 a.m., my dad woke me up and started cussing me out and telling me I was good for nothing. And that's real, man.
Mhm.
And so if I'm you, I try to get out. I just figure out wherever you could stay, like today.
Mhm. Like literally something that I'm doing just to share a little bit more. My university that I go to has a 24-hour section
Hmm.
of the library, and there's times literally where I would like get off of work and I'll sleep in there. I literally sleep in there and just work. Like last night, I was sleeping in there and I was working on some videos, like making like scripts and everything like that about how I wanted to do like 3 or 4 videos, and that's literally what I was doing because I honestly don't like going home. I don't like being around him. Me and him don't get along, and it's even gotten to the point where it's gotten violent,
Yeah.
where it's gotten where me and him are almost putting our hands on each other, and him talking about how, he was in the army for this many years and that he would hurt me and do all these different things, and I'm telling him, if you think I'm gonna sit there and just let you hit me, I got respect from, like, don't get me wrong, I got respect for my parents, and I thank them every day for what they have done for me, and I love them for it, but I'm not gonna let you treat me like that because I'm not a child no more. This is not me being a child. I'm not gonna continue taking you and me going back and forth at each other because of this.
I
Mhm.
love it, man. Like, I love you. You've called in multiple times. I know a little more of the story and everything you're up to.
Mhm.
I, j- I think you need to get out, man.
Okay.
Like, I would figure out, like, today, whatever that looks like. And it may mean that you can ultimately build a path back to having a relationship. And maybe
Mhm.
the distance will help heal a little bit. You don't need to leave on a, like, I see some of the comments. You don't need to leave on a I'm going to show you. Like, you don't need to leave on a bad note.
Mhm.
I just think that's ego talking. I would just be out. And I don't know how much in the public you want to make this part of your story yet. You may be totally comfortable doing it. I
Mhm.
think telling the journey, like, I think you sleeping at the library or you sleeping on your friend's couch, like, you're such a you're such a positive dude, and
Mhm.
you want to make a positive impact. I think showing all of that as part of your journey is so powerful, man, that you're willing, like, you've got a warm house to go back to, but you're not going to do it
Mhm.
because of the abuse, and, like, enough is enough, and you're raising your standards, and you're going to take a step back and be willing to sleep in the library and sleep on a friend's couch because you're chasing your dream and you don't want negativity around you like that. I think that's super inspiring, man. Whether you feel comfortable telling the reasons why consistently, like calling out your dad on a regular basis on social media or not, is up to you.
Mhm.
I think about Tony Robbins, and he had an abusive mom, and
Mhm.
he didn't talk about her much in public until after she passed. But whatever your choice is, man, I think showing that journey, I think instead of just saying, hey, here's what I'm doing, guys, here we go, like helping schools and helping, whatever, making your videos, I think everybody in the chat already loves you. Like, if you said you had a video now talking about this, they'd subscribe and want to go check you out. And I
Mhm.
think sharing the path you're on and the struggles you're going through, uh, people will want to support you, man, and people want to be a part of your journey and see where you go. And it's going to be a massive inspiration for everybody who's dealing with the same things.
Mhm. I appreciate it. Thank you. And even just to show you something real quick, like literally, I got a bag where my work clothes is right there.
Yeah,
Literally, literally, I just carry it around with me in my book bag too. That has my computer and everything. That's literally what I do for the most part. And I just saw somebody in the chat saying that I'm complaining. This is not me complaining. This is just me telling you what my story was. I'm not sitting here saying, "Well, my dad's doing this." No, no, no. That's not me. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't like to talk about it. Is
yeah,
because that misconception. whenever you talk about something like this, they think you're complaining. They think you're, doing this, and this. Me, I am acting on what I'm trying to do. Regardless of what he says, I'm going to do what the hell I need to do. Regardless of what he says. And he can act like that all he wants. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's my life. And I got to make it as great as possible. And if he doesn't want to be in it and he thinks that I'm all these different things, well, so be it. I wasn't put on this earth to please him.
I love it, man. Like, listen, the relationship might get better, but I don't think it's going to get better with you being there.
Yeah,
And I definitely don't think it's healthy for you. Like, you may still build a bridge back, like in a year or 2 years or 5 years or whatever, but I don't think it gets better by you being there, and I don't think your dignity, this is what it is, man, I don't think your dignity is worth the internet and the roof and the heat or the air conditioner or the food that he's given you.
I agree.
It's not worth your dignity, dude. Like, sleeping on a friend's couch is more dignity than where you are right now.
And that's what I was doing all last semester. Whenever I was at school, I was sleeping on my friend's couch. And he even had a problem with that, calling me, a mooch and all these different things. And you ain't a man, you need somebody else. Needing somebody, like, that's something I just want to clarify real quick. I'm 24 years old. I might not know much, but I know this. Being a man does not mean that you don't need anyone. Everybody needs help sometimes. And that type of mindset is the reason why we have the type of misogyny and the type of mindset towards being a man in general, to me. And I feel like we need to move away from that so that we can grow and become more. But yeah, that's exactly what comes from him.
So when are you going to decide, man? Like, what's the decision and what's the plan?
Right now, I'm looking for a second job so that I can get everything together. I already found a place that like $550 a month for a room to go live there. It's close near where I work and where I go to school at, and I think that's honestly where I'm going to be going towards now, because they told me it's available whenever I'm ready. So
honestly, I'm looking like, how do I get out ASAP? Like, after this call, I hang up and I figure out a plan. Like, if that's even a week away, like, go sleep with your friend for a week.
Okay, I agree.
Like, there's so much power in building immediate momentum on anything, because that week can turn into 2 weeks, into a month, and like, it's toxic.
And I've been literally dealing with this since I was 14.
You deserve better, man.
Okay.
And this negativity is going to be your super strength.
Okay.
Like, this experience is you are already a greater man than your father has ever been, because of what he's put you through.
Okay.
Like, this is insane strength building.
And one thing I never understand, and I probably never will, but why would you even treat your child like that? This is the person who your wife gave birth to, who you claim that you love. Why do you need to express your emotions like that? Just to like what does that prove? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be careful with that. I wouldn't let the anger or the hate or the dark side take over with that. Just empathy. Like, there's reasons. Maybe his mom sucked. Maybe his dad treated him the same way. Maybe the army messed him up. Maybe he hates his job at the federal government. Like, it's like, for haters like that, I have empathy and pity more than hatred and negativity. Like, for him to come at you like that every single day, how much does his life suck?
Yeah, and I even say these things to him.
No, but he's not going to hear. Like, he's not going to hear that, man. He's not going to hear that. His life sucks. He hates his life, man. And there's reasons for it, and there's legit reasons for it. And he hasn't chosen to get out of the hole that he's in. And I feel really bad for him. And honestly, you leaving is even worse for him. He's going to find someone else to blame.
Yeah,
and I might be scared for your mom.
Same here.
Right?
Same here.
But don't let the, like, why is he like this? That anger, don't let that consume you. Like, feel bad for him. Feel sorry for him. Have empathy more than hatred and rage.
Because I'm gonna be real, sometimes I feel like this maybe I'm not a good enough son, or maybe I'm not doing what I need to do to, appease him. You know what I mean? And it gets to the point sometimes where, like, literally, I'll be sitting in my room crying, thinking to myself, trying to figure out why is this happening. Like, I go around people like you and other people outside of my house who tell me, Antoine, you're so smart. You can do this, you can do that. You doing more than everybody else. But then I go around him, and this is the person that claims to know me better than anyone else because he's been around me my whole life and thinks that I'm lazy, thinks that I'm this and that and the other. And then my sisters agree with his ass because they another one, like, anytime he loves kissing their ass. He loves kissing my sister's ass and talking about this and this and saying that since I'm his son, I shouldn't need his help because I'm a guy. And I shouldn't need this, I shouldn't need that. I need to get the hell out of his house. Like, he constantly says that too. That I need to get the hell out of his house. And if I put on my headphones and listen to music, he gets mad then because I'm not listening to him.
It's not worth your dignity, man.
I agree.
Like, if you could figure out how to get a job in the next month, then go crash with your friend on his couch for the next month. Go get the job. Go get your room when you can afford it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ab.
Well, what are you gonna do, man? Like, I want you to do something.
Yeah. So right
What's
now,
the plan, man?
like right now, literally, because I have to go back there to get like my clothes and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there. I'm just getting my stuff. I'm not going back there because the stuff that I deal with him, it's not worth it. I've been dealing with it way too long,
Yeah.
and it's hindering me from me being happy. And my mom keeps saying, "Hey, maybe you need to wait so that you can earn some money before you go, or this, and this." Listen, I can't wait being in the house with that man because it's gonna get to the point where me and him are gonna start going at it, and we're gonna start fighting. And that's when the cops gonna get called. And he's threatened to call the cops on me a couple of different times because me and him have gotten to screaming matches and things like that. I'm not dealing with that.
So you're gonna get your stuff tonight and get out.
Yes, sir.
I love it, man. I'm pumped for you.
Thank you.
That's the decision that the man makes. I love it, dude.
Thank you.
If you want to spend some one-on-one time with me, I have a special offer happening right now. Go check out the website right next to me. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.